Some Ohioans will have to drive around with expired licenses and registrations for a few more weeks, waiting for Ohio's Bureau of Motor Vehicles to reopen. The state shut down nearly all BMV locations because of coronavirus, but now says they can start operating again because the state has a system that will mean fewer people will be inside the BMV at once. News 5's Olivia Fecto live for us in North Olmsted right now. Olivia, the BMV expects the system will be installed at every location by May 12th?
Yeah, that's right, Rob. And a reopening date for all of those locations sometime later in May. The BMV says that and other steps will make it easier to social distance once those locations open back up. 5 BMV locations remain open statewide, only for commercial driver's licenses, but more than 180 deputy registrar agencies or local license bureaus, as well as more than 50 driver exam stations, have been closed since March 18th.
And that was a really difficult decision because we know this is a service a lot of Ohioans rely on.
But with 1 million customers a month in its locations, BMV Registrar Charlie Norman says there was no way to stay open safely, so they've moved some services online.
Ordering a temporary tag for a private sale or renewing your vehicle registration.
But they know people are eager to get back in and take care of business.
We don't want large crowds. We don't want everybody rushing back. We are creating an online system to do that so that we have an orderly process for when we restart the BMVs.
That system, Get In Line Online, has been in the works for some time and was implemented at some locations prior to COVID-19. The BMV says now the online queuing system can help with social distancing.
Choose an agency they want to visit. They tell us what they're coming in for. And at that point, they can sort of virtually check in and reserve their spot in line. When you show up and check in, it lets them know you're there and ready to be served.
That means people don't have to wait inside the BMV.
You can go next door and get a cup of coffee or sit in your car, and you'll get a text letting you know, hey, it's your turn to be served. Come on in.
But if they do come inside, there are things in place to protect both employees and customers.
Plexiglass, barriers up, sort of like you see at the grocery store now or at a bank.
Plus PPE for everyone and spread out chairs and lines to keep people apart.
When you think about that 1 million customer a month number, you can sort of imagine the staggering amounts of things like hand sanitizer that we're going to need.
All of this, of course, is going to take time, but the BMV says it does plan to have Get In Line Online implemented at all locations sometime by the middle of this month. Rob?
Olivia, I am in this group. What about people concerned about their driver's licenses expiring? What should we do?
Well, the governor signed a bill back in March that extends the expiration dates for all driver's licenses during this pandemic and also adds a 90-day grace period at the end of that, or gives people until December 1st, whichever one of those comes first. For anything other than driver's licenses, you can head to bmv.ohio.gov to check if you can take care of that online.